The grid died 72 hours ago. The grocery stores are gutted. The hunger is setting in. Now step outside and look at your house. Really look at it. That manicured lawn, that pristine siding, those intact, sparkling windows, you think they represent order. I tell you they are a neon sign screaming for a home invasion. In a collapse scenario, curb appeal is a death sentence. It signals resources. It signals food, water, and batteries. You are broadcasting to every desperate predator within 10 miles that you are worth the risk. You cannot fight a swarm. You cannot stay awake forever. If you try to look like a fortress, they will treat you like a raid boss, something to be besieged and broken. You need to kill that narrative right now. Stop trying to look strong. You need to look dead. The ultimate defense isn't a turret. It's psychological camouflage. We are going to apply the greyman doctrine to your real estate.
To save what is inside, you must destroy the image of the outside. The mob needs to look at your shelter and see a waste of calories. They must believe the locusts have already picked the bones clean. We are going to turn your sanctuary into a grave. Your first line of defense is not a fence, it is filth. A clean driveway suggests a functioning household. A functioning household suggests stockpiles. You need to simulate immediate catastrophic social failure. You need to weaponize entropy. If your property looks like a wasteland from 50 yards out, 90% of threats will keep walking. They are looking for low-hanging fruit, not a picked-over carcass. Start with the garbage. This is not the time for sanitation. Take every bin you have and empty them directly onto your driveway. Do not pile it. Scatter it. You want a debris field. Use non-organic waste, cardboard, plastic, styrofoam. Avoid food waste. You want to repel humans, not summon rats. Tear the labels, rip the boxes open. The visual story is simple. Someone was already here, they took the good stuff and left the trash. Next, stage the struggle. Overturn that expensive patio furniture. Smash a cheap plastic chair in the path. Drag an old mattress across the lawn to create deep furrows in the dirt. These drag marks are crucial. To the predator's brain, they signal that heavy items have already been hauled away. It triggers a subconscious realization. They are too late. Add the tragedy layer. Sacrifice old clothes or toys. Scatter them near the street. Nothing screams desperation like a muddy teddy bear left in the rain. It implies the occupants fled in panic. Why does this work? It is basic game theory. A looter operates on ROI, return on investment. Every step toward your house costs calories. If their visual cortex processes chaos and empty boxes, their brain labels your location as low yield. They assume the resource density is zero because the visual noise confirms a prior looting event. You are hacking their threat assessment loop. Make them believe the juice isn't worth the squeeze before they even cross the property line. The perimeter is dead. Now we shatter the view. Standard prepper logic says, board up. That logic gets you killed. Fresh plywood is a beacon. It screams, I am fortified. I have supplies. Siege me. A boarded window implies there is something behind it worth protecting. You do not want to project protection. You want to project abandonment. You are going to execute the phantom breach. The goal is to make your home look like the seal has failed. If a scavenger thinks the weather has gotten inside, they assume the loot is ruined by mold and water. They move on. Here is the tactic. Take black gaffer tape, go to your street-facing windows, apply the tape in a jagged, chaotic spider web pattern. Create a focal impact point and radiate lines outward. From the sidewalk, this does not look like tape. It looks like a structural fracture. Next, kill the shine. Intact glass reflects the sky. Broken glass is dead. Take a rag with axle grease or mud, smear it aggressively over the glass, avoiding your cracks. You are eliminating the reflection. You are simulating the dull, lifeless look of a shattered pane that has been collecting dust for weeks. To the observer, your living room is now exposed to the elements. They imagine wet carpet and useless electronics, but inside, you are sealed. You retain your heat and scent discipline. You have visually sacrificed your shelter's integrity while maintaining its security. The plywood fortress attracts a battering ram. The broken window
attracts only pity. The windows are dead. Now, we break the door. Your front door is the anchor of your security. An intact, locked door is a challenge. It triggers the predator's instinct to overcome an obstacle. A door hanging off its hinges? That is a story already told. The climax is over. The loot is gone. We are going to fake a catastrophic breach of your primary entry point. Do not compromise actual security. Keep the deadbolt thrown, but you must dress it up like a corpse. First, the screen door. Slash it. Rip the mesh from the frame. Let it hang in ribbons. Destroying the soft skin signals that the hard skin was breached long ago.
Next, the main door. Use the overlay technique. Get scrap plywood or cardboard. Paint it to match your door. Then, smash it. Screw or tape these jagged fragments onto the outside of your real solid door. Wedge splinters and trash into the jambs. Crucial detail, the kick plate. Scuff it with mud and boot prints. Use a crowbar to gouge the exterior trim. Do not touch the structural frame, just chew up the cosmetic molding. Make it look like a ram hit it. Finally, the prop. Take an internal closet door off its hinges. Lean it against the exterior wall near the entry. Seeing a door physically removed from its frame is the universal symbol of a gutted structure. Why does this work? Looters are lazy opportunists. If they see a door that looks kicked in, they assume the path of least resistance was already taken. They assume the easy pickings are gone. A locked door hides a mystery. A broken door reveals a tragedy. Be the tragedy. The eyes are deceived. Now we assault the gut.
Visual camouflage is for the conscious mind. The eyes can be reasoned with, but you cannot reason with a gag reflex. We need to hit the lizard brain. We need to hack the amygdala. You are going to build a scent perimeter that triggers immediate primal aversion. Smell bypasses logic. It screens danger before a thought is formed. If a place smells of death or toxicity, the survival instinct overrides greed. Here's the recipe. Create a smudge pot. Take a metal can. Place it away from your intake vents. You are not building a bonfire. You are building a signal. Burn small strips of rubber or plastic. The acrid smoke of burning synthetics signals structural fire and carcinogens. It tells the scavenger the house is toxic. Escalate to biological mimicry. Ammonia mixed with rotting organic matter mimics the scent of a latrine or sepsis. This is the plague marker for the nose. Evolution has hardwired humans to flee from the smell of waste to avoid infection. Use the wind. Let the stench drift to the street. If the air around your home tastes like cancer or cholera, nobody is coming in. They will hold their breath and run. Paint is cheaper than ammo. It scares people deeper in their DNA. We are going to mark your territory not as a castle, but as a quarantine zone.
In a world stripped of antibiotics, infection is the apex predator. A gunfight offers a chance of survival. A plague offers none. Grab spray paint, neon orange. You will replicate the FEMA search and rescue markings. The X, the universal language of disaster. Draw a large, sloppy X on your door. Top quadrant, write a date from 2 weeks ago. Intel is stale. Left quadrant, gibberish unit ID. Authority came and fled. Bottom quadrant, 3. This indicates bodies found inside. Right quadrant, the kill switch. Write bio or talks. Reinforce with plain text. Do not write keep out. That is a challenge. Write sickness inside or cholera. Why does this freeze them? The looter is assessing risk. He can dodge a bullet. He cannot dodge a microbe. He sees that X and his imagination fills in the blanks. Vomit, fever, death. The invisible enemy is the only thing a desperate man still fears. He doesn't want your supplies.
He wants to stay clean. The sun sets, the street is quiet. The mob didn't stop. They didn't even look twice. They walked right past your rot and ruin to the house down the block, the one with the high fence and the intact windows. You are safe inside your shell. You didn't fire a single round. You didn't risk a single calorie. By projecting total defeat, you achieved total victory. The trash on the lawn, the blacked out glass, the shattered door, the stench of sickness, these were your walls. You built a fortress out of garbage. This is the ultimate lesson of the gray man. Survival isn't about ego. It isn't about showing off your gear, it is about removing yourself from the food chain. Let the others try to be warlords. Let them defend their castles until they run out of ammo. You are a ghost. You are a shadow. And while they fight and die for their pride, you will be alive tomorrow to eat another meal. Stay ugly, stay hidden, survive.